took me some time to get to the place that you wanted me to be. I know it was never you. I just needed to work on me. But now I'm ready. I'm ready.
Boom. Hey guys, welcome to LITTLEBLACKBOOK91. Yes, I get the exclusive and the honor of sitting down with Maya from the latest season of Ready to Love. If you haven't watched this season, and you're in for a little bit of a treat. All right, so sit tight and keep it cute, kosher. All right, in the chat as well. Much appreciated. Maya, how you doing today? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing good. I can't lie. I'm feeling good. I came back from Paris, and I'm feeling refreshed. This early hours in the morning, so I'm good. I'm
good. Good.
Yeah. Well, you look beautiful today.
Thank you.
No worries at all. It's always easy to tell the truth. You know what I mean? It's always easy. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No worries at all. Well, listen, Maya, look, before we get into any kind of festivities of conversation, getting to know you a bit better outside of the show, and then obviously, diving deep into your journey, we like to do what we call human verification around here. Make sure you are who you say you are, especially I know that you're in tech. You could easily be AI. You could easily be, some new technology. So we want to make sure that you're actually a human being in front of us. Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine.
That's it. Beautiful. All right. So my first question is this: if you were on a plane and the plane, the pilot says there's some, buzzing in, Maya, we can go to any location you want to go to. Where would you want to go?
So many places. The first place I could think of was probably Bora Bora.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait. When you say Bora Bora, which Bora Bora are we talking about here? Because I'm thinking of Ibiza Bora Bora. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking of the huts in the water. I don't know exactly where that is, but like my best friend went on her honeymoon and she was like, it was beautiful. So when they have the huts in the water and they're all private, wherever that is in Bora Bora.
Okay, I'm not mad at it. All right, cool. Bora Bora it is. Love it. All right, cool. Second question. What is your star sign? I know a lot of people always want to know, so what's your star sign?
I'm a Leo.
A Leo?
Yeah. Is that surprising?
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm a Leo. Like I'm a Cancer, but I don't know why. I don't even know what Leos really mean. Do you know what Leos mean?
People usually assume that I'm a Leo, honestly. I guess just like strong, like a leader, kind of bossy. I don't know. But people aren't really surprised when I tell them I'm a Leo. Like, oh, okay, I could have guessed that you're a Leo. So I don't know. But I like Cancers. My sister's a Cancer, and they're really sensitive and sweet.
Thank you, and I appreciate it. We are a little bit sensitive and we are sweet, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
I like Cancer.
All right, cool. Third question: iPhone or Android?
iPhone all day. I've been an iPhone girl since iPhone came out, so.
Damn. Okay. I'm not mad at it.
Are you team Android?
I mean, I'm a bit of both. When you just can't make your mind up. I've got both Android and iPhone. I
do like to Android photos. My best friend has an Android, and we take pictures on her phone, and it's no comparison. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just an iPhone.
See?
Yeah.
Would you ever consider switching Allegiance?
I don't know. I don't really feel like learning a new phone. I mean, if I had to, I would, but I wouldn't. I'm good with my iPhone. So, yeah.
I'm at it. Final question: cereal or the milk in the bowl first?
Cereal.
Any particular type of cereal?
I don't really eat cereal anymore because I don't drink milk. But when I used to eat cereal, it was like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or what I eat, like Frosted Flakes, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it only me that just kind of realizes that I think as quote unquote black folk, you get to a certain age and lactose intolerance just hits you out of nowhere?
Yeah, and it wasn't even just that. It was like one day I just tasted milk and I was like gagging on it. It was so disgusting to me. So I haven't drank milk in like years. So, but I used to love cereal, but I can't do it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. All right, cool. Listen, I think you've passed our human verification, all right, and you've passed with flying colors. We believe you're a human being, and that means we can get into some great conversation with you as well. Once again, thank you again, Maya, for accepting the invitation to come on here and have a conversation with myself. I think it's going to be a really good conversation going forward. Audience, again, please, at this conjunction, keep it cute, keep it kosher as well in the chat as well going forward. All right, Maya, let me ask this question. Who is Maya, and what is Maya's story?
I would say Maya is a hardworking woman. Very ambitious. I'm just like a go-getter. I've been working since I was 14, so just really career driven. I like to have fun, very adventurous. I like to travel. That's pretty much what I do. I'm rarely home. So I travel a lot for work and for fun. No kids. I'm an auntie. I'm a family person. I'm just a around the way girl.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, and obviously, like I said, when you look at your Instagram, we can see you're a bit of an influencer as well. But what do you actually do for your career, your job? What does actually Maya do?
I'm in IT, so when I travel for work, I go to different hospitals to teach doctors how to work their new computer systems. So I do that a lot. So I'm always gone. Just I work 12-hour shifts with them, stand by their side, and just show them how to work their computers. That's pretty much it. And I've been
Oh,
doing that for like 11 years now.
wow. What took you into that particular space for a career?
Well, a lot of my family does it, so I got into it just by networking and just being in that circle and just learning about it, and it's just something that just took off. I didn't think I would be doing it this long, but it's it has its ups and downs. So
If
I'm
you
looking to be
weren't,
a full time content creator. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay for
oh, come and join us on the side, baby. Listen,
now.
come and join us
Right.
on this promised land over here. Okay, it's sweet over here. Okay,
That's
so I ain't
what's
gonna
up.
lie to you. Because obviously content, I mean, and content creating is kind of cool. It has ups, it has its downs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, I saw you doing your thing, so I had to appreciate that as well. So if you weren't doing your actual career now, right? Let's say you weren't into the IT, what would Maya want to go into? I know you said kind of content creating, but is there any kind of career field that you would love to kind of go into, veer into, tap into a little bit?
When I first started college, I wanted to be a dentist. So that's probably what
Oh,
because I'm really into teeth. So probably a dentist. Yeah.
oh. Well, so why didn't you go into dentistry?
Cause honestly, when I was in school, that's when I started doing this job, and it was just like stuff. It was just money you couldn't really turn down at that point. So it was like once I started, I was like, let me take a break and just do this job for a little while, and it turned into like 10, 11 years. So yeah, that's just it happened so fast. I'm not gonna lie. But
I
I don't
love
have any
that.
regrets. I'm happy about it. But yeah.
I love that. Now, obviously, you said obviously your job kind of takes you to different locations and stuff. Where would you say has been the most interesting location your job has taken you to?
Interesting. I would say probably Miami. I was in Miami for like 3 months one time, and I had
Ooh.
the time of my life. So probably Miami for sure. Yeah, because it's
What
beauty
was it?
of
What was it
California.
about me?
No, I'm sorry.
What was it about Miami that you enjoyed?
Oh, it was just fun. It was just fun. Just beautiful people, really good food. We were just having a ball. I'm not gonna lie. We were going out, going to work. Like it was crazy. It was like a college experience because I knew a lot of people that I was working with, and we all had similar interests. So we were going out, just going to concerts, and still working 12-hour shifts. So it was a lot. It was just fun though. But I love Miami.
Hey, I'm not mad at it. And you said obviously working 12-hour shifts. How do you find like balance then? Because obviously, like a lot of us, I mean, I like to, I like to party a little bit. You know what I mean? How do you find that balance then? Between obviously working long hours and then obviously having fun. How do you find that balance for yourself so you get the right kind of temperature for yourself?
So what I do is contract work. So I don't like have like a set schedule. So when I work, it's like I'll work 2 or 3 weeks and then I'll be off until I want to work again or find another contract. So when I'm off, I just try to enjoy myself as much as I can until it's time to pick up another contract to go back to work. So now, like I told you, I'm about to go on a trip tomorrow. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna take this. What is this? April, the rest of April off, and then I'll probably go back to work in May, sometime. But yeah,
I like that. I like that. Yes, and we we make sure you take a chinchilla wherever you're going.
I
Like I
know.
said,
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
stay warm. All right. So you also mentioned family. I'm a person that kind of, obviously been. I think when it comes to family, I'm a bit more disjointed because of obviously what I've experienced in my lifetime. But you mentioned that the importance of family. What does family mean for you? For Maya, what does it mean for Maya?
Family is everything to me. It's a core value. Like I just feel like if you're not close with your family or have some type of relationship, it kind of says a lot. Everybody has things going on with their family. Everybody, nobody's perfect is what I'm trying to say. So just making sure that, you're close with your family. That's like my first love. So if you really can't, love your family, I feel like, you have a lot to deal with
I love
personally.
that.
But yeah, I think that's a big thing when I'm looking for somebody or interested in somebody. I want to see how their relationship is with their mom or, their immediate family for sure. That'll tell you a lot about a person.
What's the deduction that you make when, let's take me for example, not because I'm feeling, just take me for example, me and Mumsy maybe not be as close. What would be your kind of thought process, if that was somebody you were dating that they're not maybe as close to their mum? What would that mean for you? Because I know you're close to your parent, you're close to your family. So what would that mean for you if somebody wasn't as close to their mum or their dad? What would that mean for you, Maya?
I mean, I wouldn't judge. I would just want to know why. And is there any kind of, reconciling or, any way to fix it? I'm that type of person. Is there any way you guys could talk one day or, I'm all about forgiveness and my motto is life is short. So I feel like there's always room for forgiveness and, that would be my first approach. Like what happened or is there any kind of way to resolve it or, you know, it has to be a way.
Hey, listen, and I love that as well. So I love the fact you said obviously that there has to be a way. You know what I mean? I think as sometimes as a guy, when we deal with women, sometimes women have a very distinct way of kind of gently pushing you to kind of maybe look at things differently. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
remember I was talking to somebody and they was like, you know what, you need to look at the family thing again. And I was like, nah, I mean, I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool. But the way they kind of pushed it a little bit, just to kind of make sure that I was, you know, kind of make me see it in a different way. I think because
Yeah.
like I see it very black and white. It's like if it's not there, it's not there. But
Yeah.
like you said, family is important, and I think sometimes we don't realize that because if you haven't had that as such, when you meet someone who has got that, it does make you feel that longing almost in a sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And I would say that more so for you. Like I don't want you to have that resentment and regret. Like,
Mm,
if something bad happens, I don't want that to be on your heart. You would be like, oh man, I wish I would have talked to my mom or I wish I would have let that go. It was so small. So I'm more so about that. Like before things get, before it's too late, I would just be like, let it go. I'm always like be the bigger person. That's just my thing. But yeah, get all
I like that.
resolved.
I like that. That's wavy. I like that. So, who would you say you're closer to? Who would you say you're more like in terms of behavior? Mom, dad. Who would you say that Maya's more closer in
My
terms of
mom for
behavior?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
My mom.
So
Yeah.
if we saw Mumsy, we'll be like seeing Maya 2.0.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I love
definitely.
that.
Me and my mom, like, I feel like we kind of grew up together. Like, we're best friends. I still have a high level of respect for her, but we're close on another level.
Tell us a little bit. Okay, what was the relationship like growing up with mum? Like, how was it like for you in terms of growing up with mums as well?
Um, my mom was really lenient. She was really about doing anything for me and my sister. That was her biggest thing. We didn't really want for anything. We weren't rich growing up, but we never wanted for anything. We always had the nicest, biggest birthday parties. Always had everything we wanted. So she was just all about us. Like, and I, love and respect her for that, for sure.
Now
So
you said lenient. Were you well behaved? Because you said she was
yeah,
lenient. So
yeah, and that's why I tell people that, like, because that's why I say because when people have strict parents, they're like the sneaky type. Like I didn't have to sneak and do anything. I was so green. I didn't do anything because I didn't have to sneak and do it. My mom was just like, I had a car in the ninth grade. Like, I would just tell her where I was. We just had a close relationship. I wasn't sneaky at all. So no, I don't think I was bad. No.
That's it. Wait, you had a car in ninth grade. What? How old is ninth grade?
14.
You had a car at 14, so
Yeah,
you're driving
13,
young.
14. But that's Mississippi though. You can do whatever in Mississippi. It's a whole
That's
different
fair.
world. Yeah.
Okay, so Mississippi. Okay, tell me a little bit about. Okay, so I'm from UK because obviously when you say Mississippi, I'm guessing is that down south?
Yeah, the dirtiest of the South.
what,
The bottom of the South. Yeah.
what does that mean?
I mean, it's just like I don't know. Like we just did things differently. We grew up differently. Like I don't know. I can't even really explain it. Like we just had a lot of freedom. I'll say that. Like our parents weren't really strict. Like everybody knew everybody. It wasn't like New York. It wasn't like dangerous like that. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can say it. It was just like a big home. Everybody, I knew your mom. It was just small. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Okay, so down south is a bit more, like I said, less restriction, more kind of exploration, almost in a sense, right? Because you have a different kind of culture and environment in a sense.
Yeah, and just more family, like more trusting, I would say. It was kind of more trusting, yeah, in a way.
What's the most interesting thing, or I should say, what was the most interesting memory about living down south in Mississippi?
I don't know. I had some bad memories too. That's why I don't live there anymore because it's still super racist. But I had a lot of good memories as well. Just growing up, I don't know. I can't think a good memory. I don't know. Just maybe just being in high school. And even in high school, I worked a lot. I had jobs. I was just always, that's always been my thing, just working. I had a lot of fun though. I partied a lot, which is why I don't party a lot now. I go out occasionally, but I don't party how I used to. Like I used to party a lot, and I don't know. It was fun. It was just I can't think of an interesting moment. You could ask me something specific I could think of, but
Not fair. Okay. So you said I like to party, so we like to party. But you said also you worked a lot as well. Why was you working a lot so much then from such a young age? What was the goal? What was the thought process behind kind of working so much?
I don't know. Maybe because I was the middle child and I like super independent. I didn't really want to ask my mom for a lot of stuff. She already gave me a lot, so it was just like, oh, I don't want to ask for a lot for more. So I would rather just work. It was like a privilege for me to work. Like as soon as I turned 14, I was able to work. I was at McDonald's working. So,
Jeez.
yeah. So I was
How long did
happy
you work
for
at
it.
McDonald's?
Not long. I can't probably not even a month.
He was like, I'm in
Like,
and I'm
yeah.
out.
It was not for me, but that was my first job. Then I think I went to a grocery store and I was there for a while. But yeah, that was not for me.
I love that. I worked at McDonald's myself. I did it for a few years before I got to banking, and I was flipping a few burgers and a few fries. So
I
I
think
can
that's a
understand.
Canada for everybody, that McDonald's experience.
Listen, that will turn you out. I mean, that will make sure you know that this life ain't the life you need to stay in. You
You're
know
not
what I
about
mean?
that life. No.
It's not about that life at all. Coming home, I used to come home smelling of onions. My
Smelling
girlfriend
like
at the time would be like,
fresh
"You smell
grease.
onions?" Yeah.
No.
And then
I'm not about
you have
it.
to scrub to get that smell off as well. So
Yeah.
it was literally a mad one there. Okay, now I hear that. So obviously, so 14, you're working. Obviously, different. It's different a bit down south. I can understand different set of rules, different kind of culture in a sense as well. So working, wanting
Uh-oh,
middle
sorry.
child. That's all right, baby. You're good. You're good. So working, obviously, middle child, wanting to kind of, pursue more of your independence in a sense as well. But you said you're a middle child, which means you've got someone above you, someone below you. So who's above you and who's below you?
I actually have two older brothers, but I have an older brother from my mom, and then I have a younger sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is that like? Because I'm an older brother, so sometimes we don't have the same experience. But what is it like having two older brothers?
It's a little different because I actually didn't like grow up in the same household as them. When we were around each other, they were very protective. I was actually really close with one of them. So I mean, it was good having brothers, but I'm closest with my sister because we grew up together. Yeah.
Okay, I hear that. I mean, it sounds a lot of sense. You know what I mean? And listen, I mean, it's not always, it's not always easy, especially if you're not in the same household, to be able to foster certain relationships as well in that same way. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I love the fact that obviously they were able to be still protective in some aspects as well.
Yeah.
For you going forward. So okay, so I've talked about mum. What about dad? Because I know a lot of times we say daddy's little girl kind of thing. So, what was the relationship like with your father?
I visited my dad a lot. He actually lives here in Dallas. I came to Dallas a
Oh,
lot and stayed with him summers and stuff like that. But we weren't super close. I'm more close with my mom, but it wasn't. I didn't really have that relationship like that, like a daddy daughter relationship at all, honestly. But I mean, it wasn't
is
bad. It just wasn't,
no, no, yeah.
it wasn't there, but it wasn't like bad.
No, that's okay. That's all right. So is it for you then? Is that because I know you said earlier on families are really important, and you'd
Hmm.
want to know if let's say if I was in a situation. So is that something that you've tried to work on, and if you have, how has it been in that process trying to kind of maybe bring that relationship closer or try to foster that relationship? How has it been on that journey for you?
Um, I mean, I definitely tried to work on it, especially being here and living closer to him now. It's just, how can I say this? It's just a different when you're like an adult now. I don't
Mm,
think you really can get that same, you can't really build that same relationship up as if you were a child because, just seeing him with he has two younger sons as well. So seeing him with them, it's a totally different dynamic than it is with me and him. It's like we have a relationship, we love each other, but it's not like me and my mom. Like how me and my mom, it's like that's how he is with his other kids. So it's like it's not like a hate or anything towards him. It's just like a relationship that, of course I yearned for and wanted growing up and still now, but it's just like I'm not a fake person, so I'm not gonna force anything or make it be, what I want it to be just because I want that. So, it is what it is at this point. I'm 31 and, if it's not there, I don't, really think it's gonna be there. But, I love him and I'll be there for him anytime. But it's just like, it's not like how it is with me and my mom at all, for sure. Totally
and
different.
that is that is one of the most difficult things because when you get older, especially, right? So like I think for me, I always talk about this as well. Like I have both parents; they're both in the same household when I grew up and everything like that, blah blah. But even with two parents in the same household, doesn't mean that you don't get to see stuff or observe stuff. That doesn't mean that your relationship is gonna be perfect. It doesn't mean that you don't suffer some shape or form. And I always, talk about how the kind of like I felt like the emotional disconnect, in the relationship, especially with my dad. Like, not that he wasn't bad per se, but it's just an emotional disconnect. African parents coming over from Africa, from Ghana, coming to, you know, England. A lot of it is survival mentality. So then, you got emotions are not really the most important thing. So then you kind of lose out on the emotional connection in a sense
Hmm.
with parents and stuff. And I think for me, as I grew up very independent to a point where I want to discover life on my own. I want to. You've almost in a sense you've observed and been taught indirectly to handle everything by yourself. And so it's
Right.
like by the time I get older, I ain't really need you like that. I'm an
Right.
adult, but I don't really need you like that. Um, and so sometimes it can be very difficult. For you, obviously, I don't know if you grew up with your dad at all or anything like that as well. But obviously now, like you said, you're a bit more independent. You know, love your dad, but it's a bit more. You're a bit more in a sense, much different relationship to your mum. Um, Looking at that situation now with your dad, um, what would you say would be for you the most difficult thing about that relationship?
Um, just of course wanting to be that, daddy's girl. I've never had that experience of, I see my friends and everything, have that and being super close with their dad. I've always wanted that, but like I said, I don't want to force it if it's not, just a natural thing. But just taking note and knowing what I want in a partner. Well, that's because I know
Mm.
that's one of the top things. I want him to be a really good father. And does he know how to be? Did he grow up? Does he have any inkling of what a father should be like? So that's just something that I desire in a man. I want somebody that's going to be a good dad for sure. And, you know,
Okay,
take note.
I
I
hear
just
it.
take note of that. I don't. I try not to dwell on things, because life's short.
I hear it. So obviously, then talk us about obviously growing up, going into the world of we talk because you're on a dating show. So, but before you get into the dating show, obviously dating, you know, obviously a very beautiful woman, very attractive. So, tell us a little bit about your dating experiences. What's it been like for Maya? You know what I mean? Because someone might say, "Why are you on the show, girl?" Like, I'm sure you have these guys lining up. Why would you want to be on the show? Tell us a little bit about your dating history. What's it been like for you, from your experience?
It's been crazy to say the least. I've always pretty much been a relationship type of person. You know what I mean? So I don't really date for long when I do, because then I'm usually like right back in a relationship. So I mean, I don't know. This is the longest I've been single, honestly. So I just wanted to try something different. Just to see how it would turn out. But it was pretty much a great example of how it is dating in the real world. I'm not gonna lie, like this is exactly how it is to date in 2024. So I mean
In what
that's
sense?
just like dealing with men, who have children, who've been
Mm-hmm.
married. I haven't, of neither. Dealing with men who just want to be freaky immediately, just want your body. Dealing with men who just are not genuine and have ulterior motives. Just the quality, of the dating pool is just not what it needs to be. I don't know what's going on, but this show really, portrays just how it is to date right now.
Okay. Okay. So okay, I hear that. So for you then, what has been your most impactful relationship, good or bad? Which has been your most impactful relationship?
My most impactful relationship, I would say my relationship when I lived in Houston.
Hey.
I think I was like 21, and that was like 4 years. So yeah, I would think that was my most significant, life changing, woman molding relationship for sure. Yeah.
What made it so impactful for you?
Just learning a lot about men, relationships, love, friends. Just it was a roller coaster. I'm not gonna lie. A roller coaster. I was moving back and forth, Mississippi to Houston. I was driving back and forth. I was, just it was tumultuous to say. To say,
Tumultuous.
yeah, it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but I learned so much, like just about myself and what I want and what I don't want. So yeah, but yeah, that
Okay.
relationship for sure, the one in Houston.
Okay, bring us into your world a little bit. You said tumultuous. You said you learned a lot. You learned a lot about men. So bring us into the world. What do you mean was tumultuous? And what do you mean that
Um,
you learned a lot?
well, this man like was just like obsessed with me, and I'm not gonna say initially in an unhealthy way, like adored me, loved me, did anything for me, and it was just a lot of like off the bat, and I wasn't used to that. I was like, oh my god, like so it happened so fast, we moved so fast, we got into this serious relationship, and he was just like cheating the whole time, like,
Oh,
and it was just like to find out all this stuff about him and the things that he was doing, and it was just like unbelievable, just because you wouldn't believe it, like you wouldn't believe the things he would say to me and do for me, and just how he was like presenting he wanted to be my husband, and to find out this other whole life in his phone was just like, oh my god, okay, let me grow up, let me come to my senses, and wake up from this fairy tale that I thought I was in. So it's not like I expect now every man to cheat on me or anything like that, but it's just like I'm more aware. I notice the red flags and I don't ignore them as much as I used to, for sure.
I get it.
Yeah.
Certain ninjas are double agents. You're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you said obviously red flags. Now we obviously, um, people might say on the show that it might have been some red flags or somebody, but
It was a little pink.
there's a little yeah, they were waving. But when you say obviously you weren't necessarily, you're now noticing and kind of seeing the red flags. does that mean there was a time that you weren't necessarily seeing the red flags? And if you weren't seeing red flags, why was Maya not seeing them or ignoring potentially those red flags?
Just being delusional. Not wanting to see them, just wanting to be in love. Like I'm such a hopeless romantic. Like I
Okay.
believe in like true love. Like I don't want to settle for just, oh, let's get married because we're 40, we got a baby. Like I never want that. Like I'm never gonna settle for that. Like I believe in adoring, passionate love. Like and I just feel like, it's real. Like you gotta find that person you can have that with. So yeah, just I'm not gonna settle. So
That's fair. Have you ever experienced, or when have you experienced this passionate, warm, enticing type of love?
yeah, I actually have. I
Oh,
mean, yeah, definitely.
I see the smile.
For
When have you
sure.
experienced that, darling? Let us
We
know.
said, when did I experience that?
Yeah, we a bit nosy around here, baby. We want to know.
I mean, I'm kind of experiencing it now, to be honest.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah.
wait. Wait. Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Nah, I don't know if you care to share, but would you be experiencing now? Because would you be what?
We might have to circle back to this topic. We might have to circle.
Okay.
Let me get a little bit more of this wine in me. Let me.
You sip away, darling. You sip away, okay? You
Let's
sip
come back
away,
to this.
darling.
Let's come
Let's
back.
come back to that one. You sip away, darling. Okay, so you're a bit of a hopeless romantic. You're somebody obviously who wants to enjoy love, who wants to, enjoy the festivities of love, and kind of fall in love as well. All right, cool. So then obviously you had experience where you've dated somebody and they were a double agent, unfortunately, they didn't respect, the commitments of the relationship as well.
Yeah.
So I want to know though. Um, I always ask this question about first love because I think it's really powerful. Like when people have their first love, was that the one that was most impactful? Was that actually your first love?
I think so. Yeah. My first real love. Yeah.
Okay.
My first adult love.
So coming out of that relationship, I know obviously I know you now know that men can be double agents and that you're a bit of a hopeless romantic. What was the actual like? What were like the learns that you got from that relationship?
Put myself first, love myself more. So I won't desire it so much from somebody else. That's all I was missing. And it was and like I was desperate. It was just like I have never experienced, and maybe just from a man, I've never experienced that much love from a man. So it was like it was a lot for me, and so I just realized like, damn, maybe I don't love myself as much as I thought I did. So I'm all about self love these days. Like I'm really, really obsessed with myself and into self care and just making sure I feel happy at all times, no matter what. Yeah.
Has that been a journey for you in terms of self love? Because I think we all not all of us, but a lot of us do go on those journeys. Like I said, I know that I've had to learn how to value myself better. My biggest problem was I was a Savem, Captain Savem. I used to build projects. I was a
Yeah.
Lego builder. The way you're
Yeah.
nodding your head is telling me.
You see the potential. You can't love that potential, baby. No. Yeah.
Have you experienced something like that where
Yeah.
you're loving the potential?
For sure. That's been my downfall. Like seeing the potential in people and just like, oh, I want so much more for you. Like, and people don't even want it for themselves. So it's just like you can't do that. You gotta put yourself first, make sure they're putting their self first. Cause if they don't love themselves, then they can't love you properly. So that's all I'm about. Like making sure that they're in love with themselves as well. So they have the skills to love me. So I don't wanna be, I mean, I love love. I want somebody that adores me and everything, but I want you to still have your life. I want you to still care about you. I don't want you to, just indulge in me and forget about yourself. That's where people go wrong in relationships.
I hear that. I hear that. So obviously, then, you know, I want to circle back to something actually, because before we go on to Ready to Love, you mentioned down south going through racism.
Hmm.
And obviously that is also always a very traumatic kind of event to go through. And I don't mean that in any particular way in sense of trauma, but in the sense of the fact that obviously as my person as going through school myself, we used to, if you're dark skinned, you used to get called a lot of names. So we suffered a little bit, but
Hmm.
down south obviously that's a different experience from your perspective too. So tell us a little bit about having to go through some of those experiences. When you said experiencing racism, what did you actually encounter um, down south?
I mean, it was very traumatic. Just being the only black cheerleader on the
Oh,
team, the only black, the only black in a lot of stuff, and just I've known people my age that have gotten killed for talking to white girls. Um, just oh my god, so much stuff. Graduating, I wasn't able to wear certain tassels. Just because the teacher said I couldn't. Just I mean everything you can think of, like, and it was just not even hidden. Just in Mississippi, you can go there now and just walk in the store, and you'll be the only black person and get stared at. But that's just. I mean, it was very traumatic. That's why I always knew I couldn't live there. I couldn't, I didn't want to raise my family in Mississippi. It's very racist, but I mean, that's just, I mean, that's part of the world, honestly, but it's no place like Mississippi. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's real. Hmm.
how did you cope? Obviously, I grew up in a school where I was the only black person for a while, and I went to another school which was all black. How did you cope through some of those moments? 'Cause that's that. Like if someone, there's some scary things to kind of see and experience. How were you coping on a daily and moving through that?
I don't know. I guess just being with my tribe, like the other the other black girls, and it did cause me to have a lot of hatred in my heart at one point in time. For white people, I'm not gonna lie, but just growing out of that, I just realized, everybody's raised different. Everybody's have their own experiences in life, so I don't want to let that hold me back from what I need to do. But yeah, it definitely changes your mindset for sure, and you could be a doctor and they'll still treat you like a cafeteria worker. So you just
Mm,
gotta have a strong mindset and just stand your ground. Is all I can say. But I would advise anybody to get out. That's all I can
mm.
say. Get out. Yeah.
I hear that. No, I hear that. And that's not. I mean, I think that's it's so interesting that even in this modern era that people still. I mean, obviously we're in our 30s, but obviously still, that 30 years ago that kind of behavior is still prevalent and still heavy. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And in your face as well, which is kind of crazy. You kind of think to yourself, oh, this is way back, but it's not. It's like you still experience things today, and you're still having to navigate that as well. And I can understand the frustrations and the anger maybe and the dislike, because if you're seeing things right in front of your face, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like, and you're being mistreated in your current state, yeah, that would be perfectly understandable why you feel the way you do, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So okay, moving forward again, back forward again in time. Like I said, you're going on a dating show. I want to know, Maya, why go on this date? Because clearly you're not gonna struggle. So why go on a dating show, Maya?
Y'all think it's so easy. It's really not. Like, and
Is it not easy?
I even resorted to dating apps, and that's something I've never done. Like, I got on Hinge right before the show, and it was
Mm,
just like just to try it out. Like, it's really not that easy. And I don't know. I don't think I'm like approachable. I'm not like saying it in a cocky way or anything. I
I
don't know
know, I
if I
know.
look mean or anything like that, but I don't think that I'm really like an approachable person. Like, people don't come up to me like how people think. You know what I mean? So, which I'm not mad at, because I figure people have different goals, or what they want to do. So everybody's not out looking for a wife. So I
Mm,
respect that if you're not coming up to me for a hookup or anything like that, because I look like I'm a serious person, or I want something real. So it's not as easy as people think it is. Like, and then the guys that I do meet, it's just like, what do I have to deal with, or what do I have to accept? It's just like, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I kind of feel like I don't really come with a lot of baggage. So I kind of want that in return, or but it's not as easy as you think, and it's a lot of married men. Like it's just it's not easy. It's not as easy as you think. Trust
Not
me.
the married men.
Yeah, that's if anybody tries to talk to me, it's a married man. Like, and that's what scares me the most. Like, God, am I gonna get married? Like, is this what my man is gonna be doing? Like, if it ain't nobody else in my inbox, it's a married man in there. Trust me. Yeah, it's that.
No, I get that. I get that. So obviously you had, like I said, you've been on dating apps, Hinge, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The dating pool seems like it's got, someone might say, describe it as got piss in it. And so then obviously, Ready to Love. Why Ready to Love though? Because there are other shows, maybe like Married at First Sight, potentially maybe that might have been a better suit for you because you're pursuing that marriage aspect. Why Ready to Love? Were you approached or was that something that you applied for?
No, yeah, me and my mom have been watching it since season one, so we're big fans of the show. So I think Tommy posted it or something, and she tagged me, and I just applied for it, and yeah, that's what it was. But I thought about. I mean, I wasn't just big on just being on a reality show. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I was like, I'll go on here, and if I find somebody, that'll be great. But if not, I'll just enjoy this experience. But I mean, I know it's a reality show. I know nobody's really coming on here looking for love. If you want to be real, you know what I mean. So I know. I don't know. I just wanted to try it. I didn't think it would hurt to try. Yeah.
When you obviously watch the show, so when you look back at yourself, did you think they were going to cut you up like that? Did you feel like they gave you a fair representation from your perspective? Because you watch the show, so you kind of know how they go. Did you feel like you got a fair representation?
I wouldn't say fair. I don't think anybody really got a fair. I mean, I think they kind of like found a character trait about everybody and then like kind of stuck with that along the show. And I figured from the start by the questions they would continuously ask me what they were kind of doing with my character. So I mean, I wasn't mad at it. I got it. I know it's a TV show, so I know what I signed up for at the end of the day.
Okay. Oh, I rate that. All right. So then, obviously, you get in there, right? And they've done something different. They're splitting it up. They said, you know what? We're gonna have you in two separate camps. You don't know this at the time, but you have your immediate camp. I want to say, and I have a feeling what your answer. I know what your answer will be, but we like to ask questions. Obviously, when you get there immediately. When you see what you see, you know what I'm saying? You see the wilderness and you see the antelopes and the gazelles that are there, the men. Who tickles your fancy immediately? I mean, you can be real. If there's no one that tickles your fancy, it's understandable. But who tickled your fancy from just immediate kind of look wise? You know what I mean? Did anybody fit the profile?
Immediately from the first mixer, the guy that I was attracted to was Jonathan. That's like probably the only person I could see myself actually talking to, in real life. But yeah, that's about it. And then I mean, at the other mixer, I saw William. He was tall and he came right up to me. So I was like, okay, let's talk and see where this goes. But yeah, that's about it.
It did look like you and Jonathan, like when you guys were talking with that, we see that opening kind of episode that there seems to be a little bit of that chemistry. You know what I mean? It seemed like you was intrigued to kind of get to know him a bit more as well.
Yeah.
And I will definitely get into that Jonathan conversation as well. So, who was like on that first day when you actually get to mix around with a gentleman? What was your most enjoyable conversation?
With Jonathan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't really have a instant connection with anybody else. Who was it? Alonzo, Chaz, Jonathan, and was that it? The only guys there? Alonzo, Chaz.
I think yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Dom wasn't in your one. Dom was in the other one, isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really have a instant connection with anybody else.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Is Jonathan your usual type? If we're talking about
Honestly, I don't
physical?
really have a type. I mean,
Okay.
I like tall, dark, handsome, but I don't. All my exes look totally different, so I don't really have like, oh, I have a set type. But yeah, he was handsome to me.
Yeah. So okay, so there's no necessary instant connection, but Jonathan yourself were talking. Tell us a bit more about that connection with Jonathan on that first day. Then, what was it about? I know, obviously, being him tall and handsome, yeah. What was it about the conversation with Jonathan that kind of like, at least intrigued you to want to get to know him a bit more?
Well, he seemed to be into me. Like the connection was there, like the chemistry. That's what I'm all about. I don't want to just like force the conversation. So initially we had some things in common. I can't remember exactly what it was. I was like, oh yeah, we like, what was it? Something we instantly was like, oh yeah, we both like this, and I don't know. I think we were just instantly attracted to each other. That was definitely the first thing. So just sitting down talking to him, it was like, okay, yeah, I can see myself talking to this guy, but it didn't really go too much further than that. Like we didn't really have any deep conversations after
Why
that.
not?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like I don't wanna say I don't really think he was, really there looking for love, honestly. I mean, I don't think anybody was, but I think, he was just doing his job, to be honest. But I don't know. He wasn't really like trying to pursue me outside the show or calling me like that. So it was hard for me to keep up with that. And I'm not the type that's gonna like blow you up or call you. That's never been my style.
So for you, you felt like he wasn't necessarily in full pursuit of you because there was no actions showing outside of, I guess, being on set, him
Right.
kind of pursuing you.
Right. Yeah. Which is fine, it's okay. But that's my sign. So yeah.
No, I get it. I get it. So that connection kind of simmered down.
Hmm.
But did on set did he try to maybe like say that's it's like because sometimes us guys on set we might be like it's me and you I'm pursuing you, I'm wanting you, but then maybe not necessarily showing up behind the scenes.
Kinda. It wasn't really strong. I think we talked a little bit at the pajama party, but that's probably the last conversation we had. It just fizzled out, like you said. It wasn't really anything
Damn,
strong. So yeah.
I was rooting for y'all and it went
Yeah.
like that. Okay, I hear it. So then obviously Jonathan's out the picture now. X him. Boom. Um, so obviously when you get to have the full mixer now, when you all come together, right? You all come together, you get to see both guys now. Okay. Was there anybody in the other camp that you was like, okay, maybe a little, okay, maybe I see a little sign. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll move
And
on.
look, I'm not even being like funny or anything.
I know you're not.
No. Honestly, no.
That's okay. So okay, so obviously maybe not immediate glare. So then obviously you get to start having conversations, start to get to know people. You get to have conversations and stuff like that as well. So as the process is getting a little bit deeper, who emerges as your actual potential and connects?
William for sure. William was really pursuing me. And then we got to a point where we were talking on the phone like every day, all day. So he was so sweet. I really, really like William. Like still to this day as a friend. He's a really good person. So William for sure, just based off personality alone. And then later on down the line, LaRon, just him pursuing me and trying to get to know me. But that's how I am though in real life. I don't really chase guys, and it's not like an ego thing or anything. It's just my natural.
No, that's fine.
I'm not, I don't think that I believe if a man really wants me, he's gonna get me. That's just my mentality. So I'm not a pursuer of men.
As you shouldn't be. I don't
Yeah.
think women should pursue men.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you give chances to men even if you're not necessarily feeling them based upon the fact that they actually pursue you though? So like let me give an example. Like let's say you see me, you're like, no, he's not my type. I'm not really attracted to him. But because I'm pursuing hard, is that license for Maya to give that gentleman a chance?
It depends. And I don't know if that's a bad thing, but it's just like I don't know. I don't believe like looks are everything. Of course, I want to be
That's fair.
attracted to my person. I do want to be attracted to them, But I just honestly feel like I'm gonna marry somebody that's gonna be like really in love with me, and it's like you can't really find that in somebody that you like as a woman, if I really like a man, that's the dynamic is usually not the same. You know what I mean? So it's just like if a man really likes me, I feel like I would rather learn to love him rather than me loving a man and he's like not
Not
thinking
loving
about it.
you.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's unhealthy or toxic, but that's just my mentality.
No, I wouldn't say necessarily toxic. I would say that it's an area of interest to look into. You know,
Yeah.
because like you said, like the men, you're a very beautiful woman. So men are always going to, like you said, the pool's got a lot of piss in it, like we said before, right? So there's always going to be there's going to be a lot of men who are gonna want you, and there's a lot of guys. And I used to always say this, that persistence, being persistent isn't the same as being consistent. Like
Yeah.
consistency is about what you actually want, whereas persistence means you didn't necessarily want it, but the person broke your walls down. Do you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
didn't necessarily want it, and I think there's a lot of guys who are persistent, not necessarily consistent, right? Because that
Yeah.
requires both of us to be involved. So when you said obviously a guy pursuing you, and you said you might learn to love, what does learn to love them mean?
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, babe. No worries at all. You're good.
Okay. What'd you say? What does what mean? I'm sorry.
What does you potentially learning to love someone mean? What does that actually mean? Not the way you smiled.
How can I say this? I don't know. Like, if a man is like treating me like a queen, like I
Okay.
don't know. It's just like I'm not saying I'm just sitting there and just taking it. I'm actually
Yeah.
enjoying getting to know this person and seeing how he moves, and he's treating me like a queen or making me feel special. Like I'll eventually like start loving him. You know what I mean? And that was the experience I had in Houston with my ex. Like I wasn't like really feeling him like that. We had a date and then he just started like showing up like and doing, anything, being there for me, like caring about me in a way I've never really been cared about. So it's like, oh my God, I've loved this. I've never had this. And then like now I love you. So I don't know. I don't know if that is necessarily healthy, but that's been my experiences. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting. I mean, I'm not saying necessarily if it's healthy or not healthy. Why do you feel like it might not necessarily be healthy from your perspective?
Because what I'm going through now, like like
What you going through, baby? What you going through?
not going through, but I'm experiencing some
I
mutual,
know.
like a mutual push and pull. Like we both
Yeah.
like really, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a one sided kind of thing. It's like we both are like equally. I don't know. I can't
No.
even.
So what you're saying is there's. Are you saying that right now what you're experiencing is a mutual situation where it's not you're not. Is that what you're saying? What you're experiencing right now presently is that there's a mutual liking. So you're not
Yes.
catching up. There's a
Yeah.
mutual liking.
Right. Yeah. So
Okay. How does that feel different to what maybe you've previously experienced where it hasn't been necessarily mutual?
it feels healthy. It feels like I'm not gonna lie. I've been in some toxic situations. I kind of feel like I'm just now getting out of my toxic stage in life. Like my mindset was like completely toxic. So like
Yeah.
I'm feeling like a new person right now. Like I'm actually I don't know. I can't even explain it, but it's just like it's so freeing. Like it's just like a easy kind of thing, if that makes sense. But
It does make sense.
yeah,
No, it makes a lot of sense. And like we were saying earlier on, I said that I'm a Build a Bear. I have a history of Build a Bear Boo's thing, right? There's
yeah,
there's an aspect of that Build a Bear Boo which is like I don't want to call it a rush, but you love. There's a liking there when you're able to be special to someone in a particular way, right? So when you're
yeah,
building someone, it's more of a case of like you want to be able to help them. You see the potential. You see that they can be so much better, and your mind is in a space of like, I just want to be the one that can help you. I just want to be. I believe I can be the one that can do this for you. But like you're experiencing right now, which is a much more quote unquote, as you use the word, healthier situation, where
yeah,
it's mutual, where you're not having to do that, but you're just enjoying the freedom of just it being easy. Like I'm not having to catch up. I'm not having to try and it's just like we're giving back and forth in a sense. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like yeah. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But let me get back onto the show. Apologies, I took a detour. How did we get here? Anyway, so back on to what we're talking about. Back on what we're talking about. Obviously, yes, the men pursuing you. So on the show, obviously you had connections with LaRon, you had it with William. The Jonathan one fizzled out as well. Okay. I want to ask a quick question. Obviously, maybe aside from the men as well, we saw some tension in the ladies' lounge. Okay. We saw some tension, baby. I mean, the tension went around. It was heavy, baby. From your perspective, how did you see it? Because normally the ladies are meant to be so together, team. The men are usually our enemies, so let's stick together.
Yeah.
But it looked like somebody got inside the ranks and Trojan horses, and people just got dispatched. So how did you kind of see it, and how did you kind of navigate the ladies and the ladies' lounge?
Yeah, I wasn't really like in their group chat or anything like that. I wasn't really like clicked up with anybody. I was just like on the outside, like what's going on. I didn't even know what was going on half the time. So when that incident popped off at the lounge, it kind of threw me off. Like, why are y'all doing this? Hold on, 1 second.
That's okay.
Sorry.
You good?
Sorry. That was speaking of the person that I'm dating.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Okay, but yeah, so it just was like really unexpected for me. I wasn't really, involved in it or anything like that. But yeah.
Okay. No, yeah. I hear that. So, talk to me. Connection with William. I'm not gonna lie to you, because at first I think the audience was like, huh? But I think it's because obviously we all make prejudice kind of, but we all make assessments. We see a beautiful lady, we see the gentleman, we see the 3 kids, Ooh, okay. No! You! Not you, Captain! You said you had some pull, the down south? I see you, brother.
Down south. They're down south.
Shoo! Ah! What are you telling me, bro? Ah!
Okay, sorry.
No, don't apologize. That's my guy. I love Chris, man. He's a good guy, man. Wow. That's a beautiful surprise.
So that's my dating right now. But
listen, I'm wishing you guys the best, man. I think both of you will make a great couple. He's a great guy, so I'm not mad at it. Wow. Okay. Y'all gonna throw me off like that? Okay.
My boy. He said I'm a great guy. Hey, I hear you. Hey, I hear you hyping me up, man.
Come on, you know I got you, bro. You know I got you. It's good to see you, bro.
Good to see you too, bro.
Sorry about that.
No. Don't be sorry. He's a good guy. I like his energy. So obviously, I interviewed him last year as well, so he's a good guy. So back onto the show, I was saying. So your the connection with William, we weren't sure about that. I can't lie to you, we weren't. All right, we was like, where's this coming from? Why William? What is it about William? So tell us, what was that about the William connection? How did it get to that place? How he get you, baby? What happened?
Well, the second mixer, William came in and we immediately just started talking, and we had great conversation. And ever since then, we like talk on the phone every day, and we had a lot in common. Like, we like to have fun. We went out a couple times, to this restaurant we both like. And he was just really sweet. Like, I don't know. Like, and I feel people were being so mean towards William, but he was like the sweetest person on the show. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the sweetest soul, the nicest person on the show, period. So that's what I like in a person. I'm not even crazy about what you can do for me or anything like that. Like, once you show, how you treat people and your soul, like that gets me. That's my soft spot. So he was really, really sweet.
Okay, so because he was sweet.
Yeah.
That's how he collected your Infinity Stones. I hear you. Okay, so okay. I hear that. I would say, obviously, with William's situation, someone might ask this question because based on what we saw with LaRon and William, did LaRon influence the act? Did LaRon influence the breakage of you and
No,
William. You know what I
no,
mean?
it didn't even happen like how y'all thought it was. Like me and
Oh,
William,
okay.
we were still talking and everything. Like none of that happened like that. He did not influence it. Like I at the getaway, I wish like William would have like went in on him a little more about that incident, but I was over the whole group chat thing, over the whole mess. Like I was over it with all of them. Like I wasn't annoyed with William like that. I was just like, let's just move past it. Like I don't even care. But he was so in his head about it. And he was so upset that LeBron threw him under the bus. So he kind of backed off from me and took a step back. But I was over it. Like, I don't like drama like that. So I was just like, let's just move past it. Like, I didn't even want to talk about it no more. It wasn't that big of a deal for me. But I think he was like, he probably was thinking that I was like, mad about it. I was annoyed, but I wasn't like, oh, I'm about to break up with him. I'm about to stop talking to him at all. No, it wasn't like that. No.
Oh, so you mean like he felt like like he felt like you was annoyed at him, so he kind of backed away from you. He kind of pulled away in a sense.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did at the getaway. He pulled away. He was probably thinking like, oh, she's on his side now or anything like that. And it was never the case. Like I never chose LeBron over William. Like I liked William, as a person. So it wasn't like I was like, oh, you're out. X, you're out after this. It wasn't like that at all. He was just like so upset. He had a lot going on, his family and stuff so I think it was just a combination of everything going on at the getaway. And yeah. But nobody y'all really don't understand. Like nobody really voted William off the show. It's kind of production kind of have, their storyline, how they wanted to go. LeBron brought a lot of drama. So, that's TV. You know what I mean? You have to think about that as well. So no. Nobody voted William off.
At the time of the group chat, obviously from perspective of you and William talking, did he let you know what was said and what was in the group chat? Did he inform you of what actually happened behind the scenes, like what the actual group chat was? Because obviously we saw what LeBron did on the screen, but was William able to defend himself, I'm guessing, behind the scenes and let you know what actually had happened in the group chats and stuff?
Yeah, he sent me a screen. He sent all the women a screenshot, like a screen recording of the whole group chat. So I mean, yeah, they were all in there talking shit about everybody, and we saw it, but it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Like, I wasn't really the talk in it, so I didn't really care. They were mostly talking about Mika and Koshia and their situation, and it was Will, LeBron. I think LeBron started the group chat. I don't know who started, but they were the ringleaders in the chat. It was just so unnecessary. I was like, I don't understand why y'all in a group chat trying to decide if you're trying to find somebody, a woman you like, why are you discussing it with another man? Like that was so weird to me. But I don't know. It was really confusing, the whole thing. It was really messy.
Oh, okay, I hear that. I definitely hear that. So, okay, at the getaway is when the Williams started pulling away, and that kind of then when he started pulling away. How did you feel about the relationship? Because obviously now, you're a person that likes someone to pursue you. You like somebody to, come after you and show that strength that they're after you. How did you deal with the fact that obviously he started pulling away from you though, and you felt that kind of removal of himself a little bit?
You said, how do I feel about what? I'm sorry.
That's right. How did you feel about William kind of pulling himself away from you a little bit, like him not being as close to you in a sense, like as you felt that towards a getaway? How did you kind of deal with that situation from there on out?
I didn't take it personal because I knew he was going through a lot, with his family and stuff like that. I knew he was going through a lot, and the show was a lot, y'all. Like it was a lot. Like, excuse me, it was a lot to go through. Like we were filming like every day. We were like, some people about to lose their jobs. Like we were just, everybody was mentally going through a lot. So we were just like, at that point, we were just like kind of over it. And if we go home, we go home. You know what I mean? So it was like, I kind of like was happy that he was able to finally go home and deal with his, his family and get a break from the show, But yeah, I didn't take it personal at all.
That's fair. Did he ever reach back out? I mean, I guess after the show, after he finished, to kind of maybe try and rekindle things. And if he did, why did it go nowhere? I know we can.
Well, we're still friends. We're still friends. Like William is
not the friends bar.
No, we are. He's a good person. We are.
He's good, but You know when women normally say that, and I'm not saying that's what you're necessarily saying, but I'm saying that's what you're saying. But yeah, but when women say like, yeah, we're still great friends, it's like, you know, you kind of, yeah, friends are in the middle, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like the force stuff. So, you know, if I feel like
Okay.
if it didn't naturally progress to another level, then, you know, it is what it is. And I kind of wanted to be friends with everybody on the show. You know, I didn't think that there would be any beef with cast members or anything like that. So all this was so weird to me.
Okay, I get it. I hear it. All right, cool. So we'll leave William behind. Let's talk about that relationship. Now, that relationship between you and Laurent. Ooh, baby. I want to know, first and foremost, first question is this. When did this situation, I think it's a
Can
situation.
we please change the word?
Is it a situation?
I mean, we dated, but it wasn't a relationship.
Not you, your top off, Chris. Listen, Chris, you ain't gonna impress me, bro. Okay, don't let me get my top off, bro. We can
He
all
wasn't
start
trying
showing
to get in the
muscles.
video. He was bringing me something.
No, I'm joking. No, so okay, so you're saying it's not a relationship. Let's define it. Let's define it what it is. It wasn't a relationship.
Yeah.
At any point. Wasn't a romantic relationship, as in like you guys were like, you know, when I say relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend. You were never boyfriend and girlfriend. You want to clarify that?
Yeah, never.
Okay. Were you at a point dating? Exclusively?
On the show, we went on dates, and then after the show, we went to a concert.
Okay.
But I wouldn't consider it dating, because when I'm dating somebody, or you're at this age when you're dating, you're like at least kissing and holding hands. You know what I mean? Like it's some kind of intimacy.
Intimacy.
You know? So no, I wouldn't consider it dating. Like I said, I wanted to be friends with everybody from the show. So if anybody would have called me and said, "Hey, you want to go to a Lil Baby concert?" I probably would have said, "Yeah." You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, and I'm not trying to dog him or talk about him, but I'm just trying to say,
you're not.
like,
You're just saying the truth.
You know, don't try to make it seem like it was something more than what it was, because every time you saw me out, you say, "Hey, let's take a picture." Like, don't do that online. That's the only thing I don't like, that disrespect like that, because I would never bring it to the internet. You know what I mean? On that kind of level.
Okay. I get it. Let's start at the beginning then. So how did you and Laurent connection? How did it get to that point where it had a connection? Because obviously William was there first, so you know, or at least William was the main one. It seemed like. So how did the Laurent connection come about?
It definitely blossomed after the getaway. We went on we went on dates on the show. Yeah, and then the incident, we all met up at the club, and it went downhill from there. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really even know how that happened, because it just happened so fast. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay, so let's slow it down so it doesn't go so fast. So after the getaway, so it was at the getaway that this began to blossom. Then, so at the getaway, what we saw, that's actually when the quote unquote connection between you and Laurent actually started really taking place.
Yeah.
Okay. Then obviously you guys go out to that club situation. I want to know from your perspective, your words, what happened at the club. Because Laurent has already given us a long breakdown of what happened at the club. We want to know from your perspective, what happened at the club?
Yeah. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I think he doesn't even remember, because the story he told was so wrong. And it was so simple. Nothing even happened like that. So we all met up at this club. And me, Laurent, Mika, I think Justin was supposed to come, Rashina, Alonzo. And I don't know who else was supposed to come. We were all there. Went to Lava, and then, you know, we had a lot of drinks. And so we went to another location that was just close by, and there was this guy that I knew. So he came up to me. Me and the ladies are sitting at this table. So Laurent is like standing like he can see us. He's standing on the other side of the table. So he's standing there just watching. And me and the guy are sitting. I'm sitting, and the guy is like crouching down. We're just talking. I've already known this guy. I've been on him. And we're just speaking. I haven't seen him in months. And that was it. It wasn't like nobody was hugging. Nobody was getting no phone number or anything like that. And even if I was, you know what I mean? Like, I was very single at the moment. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't even be mad if he got somebody's number. Like that's just not me. Like, but so the guy, you know, was talking to me maybe like 5 minutes. It wasn't even that long. Next thing I know, he looks a little irritated. He just like storms out, and then Mika follows him, and she comes back like 5 minutes later. She's like, he's pissed, and he was like calling you all type of bitches, saying fuck you, like he gets bitches, he has bitches at the house, like just talking all this kind of crazy stuff. And I was like, oh wow, okay, I don't care. So he left. You know, I drove my own car, so I didn't really care, but I was more so annoyed that, you know, he said all that stuff, and I didn't really understand why he was so mad. But yeah, so that happened. And then the next day was the date when I had the green dress on, and he's supposed to meet my mom. And I pulled up on the date, and I was like, I'm about to quit. Like, this is my last day. Like, this guy is so disrespectful. And they were just like, no, like, you guys were not even supposed to go on that date. Like, that date, that little short date we went on probably took like 8 hours to film. It probably took at least 8 hours to film, because they were like, we were just sitting there looking at each other. Like, I didn't want to say anything. Like, he was just sitting there looking awkward. And I was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be here. So they were just trying to convince me the whole time to just stay, you know, just self-eliminate on the next day, and you know, stuff like that. So that's what happened. But it wasn't really anything. Like, it wasn't even supposed to be that big of a deal. He just got mad, and that's just him, like how he talks like that. Like, he calls women bitches. That's just his conversation. In a normal conversation, he would just say that, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I just knew early on that I couldn't deal with that. But like I said, I didn't want to have beef with anybody. Like, I thought we would all still be cool, you know, just being castmates on the show. But I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, so just let's slightly just scoot that back so we can make sure exactly what we're getting here. So that night, 5-minute conversation, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like I said, you were talking to somebody you already knew, right? Mm-hmm. He then storms out. He storms out. So when did you see him storm out?
Yeah.
Okay, so he stormed out.
I watched him.
Damn. So obviously, I mean, if I'm going to storm out, you better follow. No. But obviously, he storms out. And then he's outside, right? Mm-hmm. With Mika. This is what his story was. He was outside with Mika. Did you come outside at any point to when he was talking with Mika?
No.
No? Okay. Mm-hmm. So when he was talking with Mika, when obviously he was having a conversation with Mika, I know he said that he was saying what he was saying. Yes, I think he said some words, whatever. Did you hear him say anything personally? Did you hear him say the words to you, or was this through Mika that told you that he had said some things?
It was through Mika. I didn't hear. He never personally called me a bitch. No.
Oh, okay. So he never said to your face directly. He never said.
But he apologized for it. Damn. He apologized for calling me a bitch.
When did he say it? Was that when he was talking to Mika? Then he was saying that.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was saying it to Mika.
Right back in and told me what was said, which, you know, I don't think it was her being messy. It was just like, oh
no.
He's crazy.
That's your friend.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's your friend. That's not messy. That's your friend. Your friend's gonna tell you what was said. I expect my friend to tell me what was said. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, enough of that. Okay, so he didn't say it directly to you, but he was saying he was having a little, you know, moment outside. Said some things to Mika, and obviously then Mika came and said it to you, and then you obviously then she said it to you, and obviously he's apologized for it in terms of what he's kind of said in that aspect. And then obviously, like you said, you went on a date. Well, I say date, but production put you on a date. Mm-hmm. After that, like you said, it was a very long date, etc., etc. So the mum situation, she didn't, she didn't turn up. And there was a legit reason, I'm guessing, also behind the reason why mum couldn't turn up at that situation as well. Turn up to be there, because I know he felt like he was spiraling a little bit. He felt like, you know, he already started catastrophizing the situation. But from your perspective, what happened to mum?
Mom has to work. She does what I do, so we travel. I mean, if I wanted her to be there, she would have been there. You know what I mean? Mm. But no, we're not doing that. I'm not exploiting my family for TV. But if it was somebody that I really wanted her to meet, she would have been there for me.
Wait, just to make it clear. So you say mom was busy with work.
Yeah.
Wait, you almost gave me two. I felt like I gave you two answers. Wait, are you saying mom was busy with work, and are you saying mom was busy with work, and you don't want to exploit mom for a situation that you're not taking necessarily that seriously, or you're saying mom actually you told mom, listen, stay where you at.
Yeah,
Just want to make it
pretty
clear.
much. If it was somebody that I really could see myself with, you know what I mean, then she would have made a way to be there.
That's fair. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be mad at that.
I don't play with my family like that. Yeah.
I feel that. So at that point, what was the situation between you and Laurent after that argument? I say argument. Sorry, apologies. After he had said what he had said, what was the relationship like between you and Laurent after that date? Mum doesn't turn up. What is the relationship like between the two of you?
I'm sure I was mad at him. Like he was in a apology mode, you know, trying to make up for it. And at that point, I didn't want to, you know, continue on with the show because I was just like, okay, I know that this is somebody that I can't seriously be with. You know, that was the biggest red flag. The calling me out my name, whether he said it indirectly or directly, like I can't deal with that. The you know, getting drunk or whatever the case may be and just getting out of your body, that's not an excuse for me at this age. So that's just like abuse, and that's something I know I can't deal with. So at that point I knew I couldn't really be with them. I didn't like hate them or like, oh, I don't ever want to talk to you again, because like I'm just not that type of person. Like I feel like we could still be cool, you know. Like I said, I wanted to be friends with everybody, you know. I thought we all would have this experience together, we did this journey together, so I didn't see why we wouldn't still have some type of friendship. So I didn't just like completely X him out of my life, but I knew that I couldn't seriously be with him after that, for sure. And then that wasn't the only time he called me. He said other things about me, like not even directly, but he's talked about me, you know, to other people. So, you know, I don't know. I can't really excuse that.
So after that date, did you guys go anywhere else? Did you guys go on any outings together? So after that particular date, did y'all go anywhere else? And I don't mean that in any naughty way. I mean in talking about in terms like any other dates. I put that loosely, dates.
We went on a date. We went to get drinks one time. This was during filming, and then we went to the Little Baby concert after filming, and that was it. And then I think I saw him at Laylan's birthday, which was in like October, November, and that was like the last time I saw him. So that was it. We weren't dating, but we went to have drinks one night during filming, and then the Little Baby concert was like close to my birthday, I believe, in August. That was after filming, and then that was it. Yeah, we didn't date. Yeah.
Did he ever make his feelings known to you?
Yeah, he always would just apologize and say, I just want to make things right. I'm just like, Lamont, it's good. You know, we're good. I would just always say, like, we're good. You know, let's just, you know, I never, like, misled him or let him think that we were about to be in a relationship. You know what I mean? I don't really waste my time. I'm not a shy person. You know what I mean? So if I'm into you or we have some kind of attraction, like, it's going to be, you know, portrayed.
So did he get you any gifts? And did you accept any gifts?
Yeah, he got me a necklace for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. And then that's the thing. Like, we would talk like every few months. We didn't talk like consistently. Like, I would block and unblock him, and, you know, just, I don't know why, but just, I don't know. I kind of felt, I had a soft spot in my heart. I'm not going to lie. I just felt bad. Like, because I just felt like he was just like angry. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just felt like he was like angry, like just trying to, and just, it was just coming out in a different way. You know what I mean? So it was just like, I kind of felt for him in a way, like, but I don't know. I just didn't see why we couldn't be friends. You know what I mean? Maybe I was wrong for that. Maybe I shouldn't have talked to him at all. You know, maybe he thought something else, but no, I never let him know like we were about to be in a relationship. When did we start talking? We started talking like when the show aired again. I started texting him. We started talking about like online stuff, what people were saying in group chats and stuff like that. And then it was close to Valentine's Day. He was like, where are you at? I want to send you something to your hotel. So I sent him my room address. I'm thinking like just flowers or something for Valentine's Day. And he sent me a necklace. But yeah, that was it.
And did you send the necklace back?
No, he can get it back. I haven't talked to him. He
No,
can
I'm not
get
saying you
it.
have to
I
give it back.
mean,
I'm just
I didn't know he wanted it
asking.
back. I haven't talked to him. He can get
No,
it
no, I
back.
don't know if he wants it back. I'm not saying that at all. I'm only asking that because someone might say, right, that accepting the gift is like if you, okay. So when he sent the gift, in all honesty, did you know that he liked you?
Hmm. I knew
So
he liked me the
if
whole time. I'm not lying.
so,
I'm not playing dumb. I know he liked me the whole time, but I don't know. I
yeah,
mean, yeah. I
and
mean,
that's
I have friends. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. I knew he liked me the whole time. I'm not a dummy, but if it's not
so,
reciprocated, I don't really know what to say. Like, I'm not saying I love you and baby, I miss you and let's kiss. It's not that kind of conversation. We talking just like how I talk to my girlfriend. So I don't know.
so some might feel that obviously if you know he likes you, right? I mean, in some sense, this is what players do, right? They know their person likes them, and if you're willing to give me a gift, I'm gonna accept it, right? Which I totally get, but someone might say that you are sending the wrong, not even might, you are sending the wrong message to the person if you know they like you and you know you ain't like them.
Yeah. One could say that.
What would
I
you
don't know.
say?
I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know. I mean,
Did you like him more than you're letting off right now? I'm asking, did you like him more
did
than
I
you're
like
actually letting
him?
off? Yeah, maybe you liked him more than you're letting us know. Maybe there was a bit more of a liking, or maybe there wasn't. I don't know. I'm just
I
trying to
think we had
really.
a better friendship. Like we partied together. Like we could party together. That's what I seen. Like we could go out and have fun together. But at some certain point when he started, feeling himself or getting on that liquor, like, you gotta like let him know. But no, I don't think no. He knew what it was. Like I'm like, we never even talked on the phone. Like we didn't even talk. Like if I'm dating a guy, he's calling me, good morning. We're talking. Like we didn't even talk on the phone. Like we text every few months. Like I have all the text messages. Like it wasn't a situation like, oh, he's calling me, good morning, baby. Like let's go get breakfast. Like that's how I date. When I'm dating a guy, we're talking every day and we're having a relationship. Like we text every few months. I blocked and unblocked him. We text every few months. It wasn't even that kind of situation at all.
So did you obviously knowing that he liked you, did you tell him to his face that you don't like him?
No, I never said the words I don't like him. Mm-mm. I would just unblock him when he asked me to unblock him or something like that. Like it wasn't. Like to me, it wasn't even that serious. Like I was like, Mom, like it was just like a friend
Why is he being blocked anyway?
relationship. Like, oh,
Why is he being blocked? Why did you block
because
him?
he would do disrespectful stuff or say something
Okay.
crazy or like when something was happening in like a Facebook group, I text him like, we know that's you. I would talk to him like that. Like it wasn't like. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a situation like that. I don't even know how to explain it, but no. I mean, and people. I guess people don't really understand. Everybody can't relate. But like, I have
Yeah.
guy friends. You know what I mean? So they may like me. I'm not gonna lie. So that's just a part of life. Like, I'm not misleading people. Like, oh, I like you too. Can you do this for me? That's not the situation. It's like, oh, okay. If I text them back, this is what you want to do. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'll see you next week or whenever. Like, it's not even. It was so casual to me. Like, this is somebody that I thought was just a friend. Like it was nothing that serious for me at all. And I never let him think that. And everyone on the show knows what's going on. Like that's why I'm not even gonna go into detail or try to, make people understand. You know what I mean? It's just we know what it is.
Well, he didn't know what it was because clearly he out here fawning over you. He didn't know.
No, I think LaRon, like taking those pictures like that and stuff, I think that's like really calculating. You know what I mean? I feel like he did that for a reason. Like every time somebody sees me, they're like, oh, take a picture of me. I'm not thinking, oh, you're trying to save this. for Mad Day. You know what I mean? I don't think that's not a thought in my mind. Like he's taking these pictures so he can post them one day as if we were in this loving relationship. Like that's not a thought in my mind. So
That's fair.
the way he thinks and manipulates things, like it's out of this world. Like I can't even relate to it. So I mean, I don't know. Like, and if anybody would have called me and said, "Hey, like, let's go get drinks," I would have went. Like, that's just me. If anybody would say, "Hey, let's take a picture," I would smile, take a picture, kiss me on my cheek. Like, that's just me. Like, I'm just so carefree. I don't think that deep into stuff. So, I mean, if that's what you want to do, if you want the world to think I used and abused you, let them think that, baby. I mean, I don't know, because I know what I did. I know that's not what went down. And everybody knows. So. Hey, stop. Okay, but yeah, that's just, But yeah, I learned my lesson. Trust me. Like, I didn't think it was that serious. But he can get his necklace back. That's nothing. I never asked him for anything. You know what I mean? Like I said,
No, I don't. I'm not saying he wants the necklace back. I'm just saying that in a space of, if you know, it's like, okay, so like men usually get held accountable for this, right? Let's say like I know a girl likes me. I know she likes me. I know she's feeling me, but she's willing to give up. She's willing to give up the box. What's it to do with me if she ends up falling in love with me? Because at the end of the day, you knew my position. I haven't told you that I didn't. I haven't told you that I wanted you. I know that you like me. Do I have any responsibility towards you? Some people will say no. Some people will say, well, if you keep entertaining her, knowing that she actually likes you, there would be some responsibility on your behalf. Like, that's what I'm saying about the gift thing. It's not necessarily that you have to give the gift back. It's more of a case of, if someone gives you a gift and you know they like you, you know what they're trying to do. You get what I'm saying to you? So that's where I'm saying there. Is there some responsibility there, in a sense of, in terms of, if you know the person likes you and you know you don't want them, and we knew we didn't want him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, in a sense. But I didn't think he was gonna send me a necklace. I thought he was just gonna send me some flowers or something. You know what I mean? But he can definitely get his necklace back. It's not, it's no big deal to me.
Not the ATL.
I've had men, do a lot of things for me. I didn't think I owed them anything. You know what I mean? That's just not my mindset. But like I said, his calculating, manipulative thoughts, he does things just to say, oh, I did that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I did that. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the type of person he is. I think he does things just to hold it over your head, So do you want to say?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Like, are you saying that you've witnessed him have behaviors that you felt like were not necessarily genuine in the way he was doing it? It was to try and...
Because he'll throw it in your face. Just like with the necklace. Like, that's crazy. That's like, it's not even that big of a deal. You can get your necklace back. I didn't ask for it. I didn't. It's a beautiful necklace. Yes, I wore it in one of my videos, but you can get the necklace back, love. It's not that serious.
I hate you. I hate you.
But
Okay.
to make it like, I used him in something like, in ways like that, if I could have used you, if I was a cold-hearted type of person, you know what I'm saying? But no, I even declined things that he was offering me. Like, I declined things, so it was never that case. I didn't need him for anything, but he did, he did offer me a lot.
Why did you decline it?
Because I didn't want to do that. I knew what the situation was. Like, I knew this is somebody I didn't want to be with. I knew this was somebody I could still, we could at least be friends, you know what I mean? But I guess you can't do that with everybody. You can't still, people can't tell the difference between the two. So, but okay. Yeah, I'm not the type of person. I could if I wanted to, but I didn't.
I hear that. How did you feel, obviously, because you got to see him on our channel, and I know you popped in the chat a little bit. I know he was telling his side of the story and stuff like that. And, I know you said that some of the stories that he was kind of telling were not necessarily true. How did you feel about that? Because obviously, like I said, because this was current time. This was not like on the show time. This is like after the show's done. We're in a current moment in season. How did you feel about, obviously, the fact sometimes the stories weren't necessarily aligning with what you believe is the truth?
I hate that I actually did that. That got on y'all's live and said all that. That just made me so mad. I don't like when people try to play on the internet. Like me and him were actually texting that day, and I went off on him. I cussed him out really, really bad because LeBron, like, why are you on in the comments trying to make it seem like I'm lying on you? And you can just say you're sorry, like you did in real life. Like he's so into his image and how he looks. That is like the most disturbing thing to me. So that really made me mad. So by him putting up my pictures and trying to act like make this whole story up, I was furious, and I really hate I let him get me that mad. But I was like, no, we did not date. Yes, we went on a couple dates, but dating after 30 is a different situation than going on a dating show and going to a Lil Baby concert. That's not dating to me. Dating is we're doing other things. We're liking each other on another level. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't what he was trying to portray it out to be. And I don't like when people try to play on the internet. Like, I don't care what people think about me. You know what I mean? I try not to read the comments and stuff like that. But these guys are in the comments more than anything I've ever seen in my life. So it's like, that's all they care about. So I just knew that by getting on the comments and saying that we never dated was going to make them mad. So that's what I did.
I hear that. So obviously, I think my question is ended with LeBron there. I think, like I said, you've made it clear the position that you were in with LeBron in that situation. Unless there's anything else you want to clarify about the LeBron situation that I might have missed, was there anything that I might have not asked about the LeBron situation you want to clarify, make sure that it was straight?
I don't have anything to clarify. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about anybody. Like, he was nice, but I think people let this, internet and TV show get the best of them. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of used to online attention, so it wasn't a lot for me. I'm pretty used to it. But some of these guys came on here and just like turned into whole different other people, and it was just really sad to see. That's all I can say about it. But no, I don't have anything bad to say. We dated on the show. We were never in a relationship, but he can get the necklace back. It's nothing. It's just, I hate they had to get to this level. I really thought that, we all would be cool and have some kind of, friendship, but I guess not,
So talk to me about this relationship that you're here, because I just saw a brother who I recognized, Brother Chris. Okay, I liked him. I when I interviewed him, he's a very sound, down to earth kind of guy. So I like his energy. Talk to me about this relationship. I mean, you don't have to talk too much. I mean, because by all means, you can keep things private. I don't want to have to expose everything, but the little that you can share with us as well, like, how did this come together? I want to know, how did the Chris situation and the Maya situation connect?
I can't really say too much. Like, we have something coming up that we're gonna go into depth about everything.
Okay, beautiful.
It's the whole story. So I want y'all to see it. I want y'all to stay tuned. It's gonna be really, really interesting. But it was a crazy story. That's all I can say. Like a movie.
I hope Chris wasn't the guy you was talking at the club with.
What'd you say?
No, I hope Chris wasn't the one. That'd be wild. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong for it. I'm just saying how it would be a mad twist. That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was just a friend. No, it wasn't nobody. It wasn't even that serious. Nobody was like hugging or nothing. He was just. I'm sitting here. I never got up. He just bending down, saying, "Hey," talking to me. It wasn't even that serious. Right. That could have been my brother. How that conversation went. You know what I mean? It wasn't even
fair enough.
Intimate conversation.
Oh, that's fair enough. So, okay, so what can you tell us about you and Chris? You know what I mean? Like, it sounds like it's going well. Like, I can see a smile on your face. There's a light on you. There's energy on you. You know what I'm saying? Chris is walking around here half naked and around the room. So, like, what can you share about this? Is it well, I don't, is it, I don't know. I don't know if how much you can share. Is it a relationship? It's not a relationship. Like, I don't know if you can share that, but, what can you share about this situation? Because, it's nice to see people smiling and happy. So, I'll go on for the thing. You get me?
I mean, it's something special for sure.
Jeez.
I can say that.
Okay.
That's
I
all.
won't press 2T.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. I'm gonna respect it. I'm gonna respect it. Chris, you there? I just want to see if Chris is there. Chris, you there? What are you telling me, bro?
I'm just speaking, bro. How you doing? It's something special.
I'm good, bro. Where you been, man?
I've been.
Hey.
I've been MIA, man. Minding my business, bro.
I hear it.
Yeah.
I've been alive, man, bro. I've been good. You get me? I've been flourishing. I'll hit you up after, innit? So,
Okay.
my obviously coming to the end of obviously your journey on the show. Actually, one thing I didn't get to ask about the Lauren situation. One last thing, you guys had an argument at the very end, right? Well, I say argument, a little disagreement at the end, and you walked off. He walked off, and then you walked off after him, and then he walked off. What happened in that situation, please? What happened there?
It was just a heated situation. At the barbecue, I just wanted at the end, I wanted to be done with the show, and he was trying to get me to say, like, I was like, I don't want to, like, everybody was all about this image, like, they wanted us to go to the bridge, and I guess wanted me to say no there, but I can't be fake, like, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going through with all that, like, it's not even a situation that has to make it to the bridge, and you know what I mean, so at that point, I was just over it, and just ready to be done with it, and, I don't know, I feel like LeBron was just all about his image. He didn't want to look stupid on camera. That was his main thing. So, I was like, let me just get you out of your misery so we can end this show and you can, go on about your business. Like, because it was all about the facade.
Okay. No, I definitely hear that. What did you learn about yourself being on Ready to Love?
I learned about what I exactly don't want, for sure. Like, I knew I didn't, because I've experienced that before, being with somebody being verbally abusive. So instantly I was like, oh no, I can't. I know I can't deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, I can't deal with the 0 to 100 temper tantrums at all. Like, I'm super gentle and soft, so I don't even like to argue. So it was just like too much going on too soon for me. So I was just like, yeah, I know I can't deal with that. And I just knew that what I want would just come natural. I was just at that point like, let me just stop. Let me just stop looking, like, stop focusing on love, because that's what I was doing. Like, I was dating when I first moved to Dallas. I was dating heavily and just going out and just really trying to find somebody. But as soon as I stopped looking, that's when that's when it happened.
Okay. Yeah. I hear it. Do you have any projects upcoming that we can get behind, support? Maybe that movie we can get behind and support you in?
Yeah, I have so much stuff coming up, y'all. So I can't really speak on it too much, but I just want y'all to, follow me and keep up to date with what I have going on. But like, we have some interesting things coming on. Me and Chris have some projects that we're working on together. So I mean, it's a lot. Like, it's gonna be really exciting, and I want y'all to stay tuned. So just follow us on Instagram, and we're gonna be announcing it really soon.
Well, listen, Mike, it's been a great conversation. You know what I mean? I've appreciated the time that we spent, and I appreciate the surprise as well, bringing Chris in. You know what I mean? It's good to see you guys smiling and enjoying each other as well. And again, thank you for sitting down with myself, and I wish you guys the best, and wish you all the luck in the world as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'll be in your city tomorrow.
Yes. So shout me. How long? Let me not. We'll talk about it offline. Don't worry. But yeah, we'll make sure you're good in the UK. Okay.
Yeah.
Audience members, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us at this particular point in time, and you kept it cute, you kept it classy, and you kept it kosher in the chat, and that's always appreciated. Look. Life is life, okay? All right. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It just is what it is. But we'll see you guys very, very soon. And make sure you guys stay safe in them streets because it's scary out there. Okay. All right. Much love, much appreciation, y'all.